Qui-Gon Jinn, table for two. Hey guys, this is SlickNickGaming, and welcome back to LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Last time, we finished Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And today, we are going to be starting the last episode of the original trilogy. Oh my. Wow, that's a great way to start out the video, just me sneezing awkwardly. Anyways, we're gonna be starting off with the last film of the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi. Which is probably, I think it is my favorite Star Wars film. Anyways, you can keep using the Force on these chairs to make them do all kinds of things, and then they'll just get stuck on the ceiling. So yeah, Return of the Jedi. This is the last episode of the original trilogy, and also the last episode that was covered in this game. Because The Force Awakens wasn't even a thought yet when this happened. Anyways, let's get started with Return of the Jedi. Jabba's Palace is the first level. My god, that sneeze made my throat hurt a little. For the longest time in that little clip there, I thought that was the sensor bar. This is apparently showing that the Death Star is, in fact, behind schedule. Death Star 2, that is. And away we go. All right. We are finally getting things started. We are starting off in front of Jabba's palace. So we're going to go ahead and build this platform here. Man. Oh my god. I just can't believe we started off with some really awkward sneezing. Like, I just went... Now, these things take multiple hits to take out. I think it's 4. And also, they will actively be shooting you, so... Alright, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it takes 4 hits. And you need to build that platform, or else you won't be able to reach that last one. Oh, shit. Wow, we've already died twice, and we haven't even gotten in the palace yet. There we go. Now the door's open. Now, one thing I've noticed is that even with the music turned off in the main game, it still picks up the music in the cutscenes. So there's definitely going to be something done about that. Oh, sorry, Chewie. Also, this part's really awesome. Also, once the radio stops, you can just build it again. In order to distract the pig guards, their technical term is Gomerian Guard. You start this rock version of the Imperial March, and then they'll just play. I always loved that little detail. And while the radio's going, you just pull these, to prevent more from coming out. And while they're distracted like that, they're basically easy pickings. Now here's another main gimmick for this level. Also gotta shut that off. I'm surprised no guards came out like right away. This is where Leia gets her helmet from, her disguise for getting into Jabba's palace and rescuing Han Solo. Here's a fun fact about Return of the Jedi. Han Solo was originally going to be killed off in Return of the Jedi because their goal was to have one of the heroes sacrifice themselves for the rebellion. And Harrison Ford begged for them to choose Han Solo, for them to kill off Han Solo. And of course, as we all know, they didn't end up killing anybody except Yoda. Well, they killed off Yoda, but they didn't... Yoda wasn't fighting in the rebellion. I'm gonna go ahead and shut both of these. Also, I have no idea why Luke's icon is darkened there. Maybe that was just a glitch, I don't know. That was something, maybe that was just something that was left behind. And of course, 30 years later, Harrison Ford got his wish when they killed off Han Solo in The Force Awakens. So in the I was watching a part about that. There was a documentary that came out about 20 years ago. There should be... Oh, there's not a mini-kit down there. Okay. Is there another stud down here? No, there's not. Alright, Chewie. Go up there. There's the red brick! Alright, that's 3 red bricks now. So I'm actually going to have all 3 of them put helmets on. Just because for the same strategy as in A New Hope when we had that level. Because we kept dying and... Because we had 4 people wearing helmets, as soon as you get hit once, the helmets fall off. Alright, let's go. Anyways, I got to that part of the documentary and I just laughed my ass off because, I mean, that documentary was made in 2004, but when you really look at it, like, back then, I mean, as we know, the sequel trilogy wasn't even a thought. This was before the Dark Times, before The Force Awakens, before George Lucas sold the series to Disney. Oh, and because we have bounty hunters now, they can do that. They can cause explosions. You can also strangle them. So now we have to get that door open somehow. Also, I love whenever you put a hat on Chewbacca, it just, like, hits the top of his head. It just, like, it doesn't even fit on his head, so it goes on, like, kind of lopsided. I always thought that was a neat detail. Can you hit both levers? Uh-oh. Yeah, that's another thing. Not only does the Z button activate those levers, but it also causes you to throw the grenades. That's the problem with the Wii version. It's because the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck don't have that many buttons. You can't really accomplish a whole lot in terms of button mapping. Like video games with a lot more complex button mapping. Like on the, necessarily, for example, on the GameCube. Because this was originally a GameCube game. And not only this, but at the beginning, I mentioned that this was a third-party game. This was not on... This was not exclusively a Nintendo game. This was on all the major consoles. This was on the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and the Nintendo Wii. And the first 3 LEGO Star Wars games were on the generation before that. Which means that the first 2 LEGO Star Wars games were on the GameCube, and the PlayStation 2, and the Xbox, original Xbox. Oh, great. Now we've... Whoa! Now all 3 of us lost our helmets. That's bad news, because I think we need the helmets again pretty soon. So we gotta go back and pick them up. Alright, let's do it. There's Chewie. Leia. And then Luke. Alright, let's boogie. Does the spider make you go any faster? I don't know if it does, but let's try it anyway. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we're gonna get off here. You can actually ride on top of those things. I'm gonna go ahead and run along the side here. Whoa! Come on, Leia. It's not like in Lego Indiana Jones where the female characters jumped higher. Had more agility. That wasn't a concept in Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. Or any of the Lego Star Wars games before that. Nope. Don't you dare! Screw you. If you want to kill them off easily, just do that. And also, when you're strangling them with the Force, you can just... You can tilt the stick whichever way you want to launch them. You can just launch them pretty much any direction as, with the nunchuck stick. Which also makes you move, by the way. And you can see that we have R2-D2 and C-3PO in those cages that look a lot like playpens. You know, those baby playpens? And because I'm playing this game with headphones, I can actually hear the game a lot better now than I could the first bunch of times I played it. In fact, I said this back during the beginning when I was doing Phantom Menace. That you can actually hear this game a lot better. That I could actually hear this game a lot better. Even though at one point I was playing this game with a stereo system in my room. I'm actually playing this with headphones because that's the way my recording setup is the way my recording setup is hooked up. I have the game playing through my headphones. Which means I can hear this game in new ways that I couldn't hear it in before. And that's definitely one thing I'm excited for when I'm doing these remasters. Because I never watched any other playthroughs of this game. Other than my own. Which kind of says something. Even then, I find it really hard to watch my own videos. Because I'm not that selfish that I would constantly watch my own videos, like, voluntarily. And just have my own videos playing, like, all the time. Into the fire! Oh, what? That only does 1 damage? Chewie. There's gotta be a Star Wars RPG out there. I mean, there's gotta be. Nope, not even a chance. Goodbye. Goodbye. Man, it feels so satisfying killing those things because of how annoying they are. These pig guards are actually called Gamorrean guards. They can be very annoying. And not only that, but they're hard to attack because they're really good with those axes. They're surprisingly really good at defense. Let's see if I can... No, I can't grab him. See if I can... Whoa! Did you see that? He just went sliding along the floor and then didn't die until like 5 seconds after he hit the wall. No, don't hit You gotta be shitting me. She was the only one with a helmet on, and now there isn't any left. No, you don't. Goodbye. Why isn't it locking on? There we go. Now. Alright, now I can build this platform. So I can finally get across and close the hatch. Whoops. I didn't mean to fall off. How is he still attacking him even though he's in the air? I guess CPU are just smart that way? I think they're programmed to follow you. I think the only thing they're programmed to do is follow you and also, like, help you with pushing switches and things. Oh. Now you can see why I don't really like this level. Because of these guards and also because it can be easy to... Oh my fucking god. Alright, just walk along the inside. There we go. Alright, we need R2. Why aren't they moving? Oh my god! It's just a comedy of errors here. Alright, that should be the last of them. Never mind, I hear more coming down. I thought I closed that hatch. Why are there more coming? Oh, because they're coming up from that way. Okay. Gotta find out which way they're coming from. Oh, they're coming from here. Oh, sorry, Chewie. Alright. Come on. Up we go. Man, these platforms are way too thin. I'm not even gonna bother picking up all those studs. Alright, so now Luke Skywalker's a Jedi. Alright. Gonna pull this lever here. Oh, they don't want me to build it because they know that this distracts them. They know that this thing makes them vulnerable. No! Use the Force, Luke! There we go. Now, where else are the droids coming from? Or not the droids, the guards. Where else are they coming from? Oh, this one. Okay. Alright, get them while they're weak. There we go. Now the door's gonna open, but there's gonna be more guards. I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's plenty more. And they're everywhere! Shit. There we go. Oh my god, I'm cornered. Alright, are there any more hatches to close? I don't think so. Alright, kill them all. Alright, hit him from behind. Kicking him while he's down much. Alright, there's a stormtrooper thing over here. And that opens this door off to the left. Oh! Fuck off. Alright, there we go. That makes two. Alright, now we gotta go back to the other room. That kind of scared me for a second because I thought another spider was gonna come crawling out. Also, we've been recording for 23 minutes. I might only do one level this time. Just because the levels are going to get longer as we get towards the end of the game. I might start doing only one level per episode. Alright. You can actually open that door as either Chewie or Luke because he has the helmet on. So, you can open that door, and then it just, in the cutscene, it's just going to change over to Leia anyway. And everybody goes down there. Even the droids go down. Yes, even the droids go down to the Sarlacc pit. When in reality, In the movie, it's only Luke that goes down there. So, the gist of this mission, we got a boss fight here against the Rancor. Sorry. That's twice now I've sneezed. Man, I really hope I'm not coming down with something, because usually when I sneeze that much in a short amount of time, that usually means I'm coming down with something. That better not be the case. Alright, so we're going to use R2 and C-3PO to open these hatches. And for once, we actually want the Gormirian guards to come out. So what's going to happen here is while he's distracted, we're going to shoot that box, which is going to explode and cause him to get 1 damage. There are 3 different spots where he'll go. The second one is off in the corner over here. And this boss is pretty simple, actually. Before he can finish, there we go. So now, he's going to head over here to the door. I am not kidding. When I was a kid, I spent almost an hour on this boss, not really knowing what to do. Because I knew those boxes were there, but I didn't know I was supposed to shoot them. And yeah, a very quick and simple boss fight. And I think every boy had this fantasy growing up. About Leia in the slave suit. Or in the slave costume, sorry. I'm pretty sure every nerdy boy had that fantasy growing up of Leia in the slave costume. I personally did not. But I know a lot of other boys did. Only 2 mini-kits. And, because we've been going for 28 minutes, I'm actually going to end the episode here, even though we only did 1 level. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. So, next time on LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, we're probably only going to do 1 level again, just to make things consistent, okay? I'll give you guys more information on that when we start 2 days from now. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching.